start streaming.
When's the last time a lady has been in this apartment?
When was the last time? About a week ago. But has a woman ever stayed over in this apartment? No. I mean, put it over there. You'll see the futon. That's the kind of place this is.
That's where the magic happens.
That's where the nightmares begin. Okay, I think it's rolling here.
We politely yet firmly ask them to leave.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. We got it going right here, and we got the video going right here, and we have the comments going right there.
Okay.
So thank you very much, everybody on Periscope. We are ready to rock and ready to roll. So join us on our main YouTube channel as I turn off the Periscope and get started on regular beer reviews. Thank you for everybody who's been watching this. Get started on Periscope. Goodbye, everybody. And hello, everybody. This is regular beer reviews with, what do you want to be called? Tom Mix?
Tom Mix.
Yeah?
I'm trying to plug this on my Twitter, which will probably add at least 2 viewers.
We're your students and stuff.
Well,
like, how much do we want to talk about what it is you do? Which version of you do we want to talk about?
Generic university.
Okay, well, what are your qualifications to be judging these beers in front of us?
Oh, sound is too low.
Sound is too low. Oh, man. Is that thing up all the way?
What if I get closer to the mic?
I didn't know this was happening. Shall I start drinking now? Sound is too low.
Turn up your volume on your computer.
Yeah, turn up your volume on the computer. That's all I say. Sound is too low. I'll bet if we, like... Yeah, now... You know, if this is going to be this much of a problem that we have to hike up on the mics like this.
No, I don't. That looks fine.
Yeah.
It's green.
I mean, it's definitely not.
And we just have to speak loudly or into the microphone.
Right.
My ears.
My ears.
See.
Use desktop mics next time. Well, we can do both. We can have both of these things going.
Yeah, I muted the one. Here, just unmute that.
Unmute that.
Is that gonna?
And we'll have both go at the same time. So hopefully that'll be fine. This is the way all streams start, right? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I thought YouTube videos always start out like, "Hey YouTube."
Right.
Wadsworth
Constant.
Thought I'd make this video. So yeah.
All right, so this is gonna be.
Might need a bottle opener.
Okay. So I'm a BJCP certified beer judge. I also have a PhD in chemical engineering. That's helpful for beer. I also went to high school with Mr. Regular. Yep. So I think Tom and we met in the 5th grade.
Yep. That's when I moved.
Yep.
Here.
To this part of Pennsylvania. So, trying some daddy sodas. Need more light. Yeah, it needs more light.
We can't really do anything about the light.
We can't do anything about the light because the only lights that I own in this apartment are the ones that came with the apartment in the ceiling.
Fear 777.
I mean, I got this thing, which is a shop light, and it doesn't really work that great. But
I'm majoring in some chemical engineers on here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, 2 people. One's a major and one has a BS in chemical engineering.
From where?
Cool.
I'll hopefully say from where.
It's not a contest. Someone say Tom went to... I don't know.
Did someone say Tom went to Cornell?
Did somebody say that? I don't know.
Did you go to Cornell?
Maybe.
Did you study?
Maybe.
Were you in a cappella group called Here Comes Trouble?
No, I was in the Glee Club at Cornell. But I was not...
Another guy says, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. The stream needs more mechanical engineering. Put the shop light on the opposing wall. I'm a bicycle mechanic.
Even Mr. Regular gets mansplained on the internet.
Like, I don't It's not loud enough. Can you drink the beer already? Penn State. Didn't Mr. Regular do drumline in high school? Well, we both did. Tom played trumpet. I played drums. So one guy says I can hear you just fine. So good. That person has the right idea. It's called the volume knob on your computer. So what should we start with?
So I just went to the local beer store, but now that you can buy 6-packs and singles in Pennsylvania at a beer store, welcome to the 21st century, Pennsylvania. I just went, and these are just some random ones that I had around at my parents' house. I don't live here. I live in the Midwest. But so anyway, so I thought we'd start with this. This is Harpoon Sweet Spot. It is a golden ale. I haven't had most of these, so I have no idea how they're going to taste. This is a golden ale. It says on the back, not too hoppy, not too malty, just right. So Harpoon is a New England brewery. They're gonna, I don't know. Let's give it a shot. This seems to be like a kind of a dad beer, kind of. Let's get it tilted. Like when my dad goes to a place and says, "What do you have that's like Bud Light?" That's probably what they're going for here, if I had to guess. Harpoon.
One guy says just gonna send it hello from Canada. So yes, this is that. Chug the whole thing. Golden shower ale. One guy asked, "Do you ever try ground control beer?" Don't know what that is.
No, I haven't either. So, yeah, it's just kind of dad beer. It's. I think my dad would like this.
Yeah. If someone poured this for me.
We didn't get it at Weiss this time because we don't have to go all the way to the Weiss market now. There's a beer store down the street.
Oh yeah, the beer shack.
Yeah.
Rutter's sells 6-packs now. Oh, we have a Rutter's in this town now.
What's Rutter's?
Rutter's is
Dutch Rutter's?
The Team Mystic to Team Valor and Team something else in Pokemon.
I know Pokemon. I don't know. I'm not getting your metaphor here.
Oh. It's the Ralph Wiggum of Go Banana. It's the weird. It's the.
Is it a convenience store?
Yes.
Or what?
It's like a sheet. It's like a Sheets.
The Sheets. Okay.
But it's a Ralph Wiggum Sheets. It doesn't have its act together very well.
I see.
But they sell 6-packs. They have beer.
Somebody asked Tom, are there any sours or saisons that you love? Yes, I love sours. I'm a big fan. Right now, gozas are really hot. Lots of people have their, it's a kind of a salty, sour, lacto kind of. I like, in particular, the best saison I've ever had is Saison du Pont avec de Bon Vue. So good. So saison, if you want to taste what a saison should taste like, you want DuPont.
What is a saison?
A saison is like a farmhouse kind of ale. It usually has like a Belgian yeast, but Belgian yeast with like a little funk to it. And it's usually higher alcohol and dry finish. But there you go.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
That's perfect. Oh, look at that.
Sweet spot, so to speak. Saisons are disgusting. There are better saisons than DuPont. Yeah, probably. I'm saying that DuPont is like the best commercial example of what a saison should be. I'm not necessarily saying that it's the best. Saison.
One guy says that isn't Hams. Oh God, Hams.
Old style. There's actually a bar in the town that's close to me. There's a place called the High Life Lounge, and they have Hams and Old Style and Mickey's, even.
Mickey's on tap.
On tap. Yeah.
No, it came on tap.
I don't know if they have it on tap. They have grenades at Mickey's that you can get. But anyway, this beer, it's a golden ale. Dad stuff. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a little more, it's more flavorful than Bud Light.
Oh yeah, while I have your attention, I'm going to be at Ford Nationals this Saturday in 2 days. Nick Roman couldn't be here. He has family stuff to do. And also, he's not going to be at Ford Nationals. It's going to be me and intern Ben. We have an intern now. That is not Ben. That is
Wow.
Ben, you know from the AE82 review, the FX Corolla. He's a student at Kutztown University and will be joining us for the duration of the summer. Ben Wright will also be making his own reviews. That's how he's going to get paid. He's going to have his own segment where I'll be teaching him, or Nick and I will be teaching him writing and also the basics of camera work, although he knows pretty much camera work already. And he knows how to edit. That's the thing. I don't really have to train him. So that's the hard thing about any YouTube thing, is just getting the handle of Premiere or Final Cut or Avid if you're from 2001. Intern, yes. What's up, fam? Buy you out a lock on the. Why do I have a lock on the thermostat? Because I have free heat, so I don't get to control the heat. But
Nice.
any Ballast Point?
Not
brews?
today.
What do you know about Ballast Point?
San Diego, California. I think it'd be the whole Ace Ventura thing. Ballast Point has some really good beer. Sculpin, somebody mentioned Sculpin before, is a really good IPA from Ballast Point. They are one of those places that has become sort of craft, large craft, or like, I mean, they make hundreds of kinds of beers, but their basic ones.
Bigger than Trogs?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're national distribution. But we don't have any Ballast Point today. But they're pretty good, in spite of the fact that they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. It's Ballast Point is California's. Yeah. Okay, but why?
What did he say?
Ballast Point is California's. Yeah. Okay, but why?
Oh.
Because you don't need watermelon Victory at Sea.
Okay.
Or they make like every flavor of Sculpin with grapefruit and Victory at Sea. They have a peanut butter. They have a peppermint. They have Victory at Sea is like a 10% Imperial Porter. So there's a little bit of hoppiness to it, and there's a little bit of malt to it. So like I said, it's a little more flavorful than a Bud Light. But this is the kind of thing that you get for your dad when they don't have Bud Light.
Yeah.
If you're at Harpoon, you get this for your dad.
Where do you want to go next? I see a Trogs right here.
Yeah,
Scratch
we'll
series. Stay this one. Okay.
So this one we're in PA. Actually, this is the only PA. Well, no, I have a couple. This one and the Trogs. This one is. How did you do that?
I can get another. You know what? Idea.
This is called Pikeland Pills, and it's from Sly Fox, which
We can pour it into this. Oh, but we want the. I get it. So they know what we're drinking.
keep it there.
Ah.
Yeah. It's Tom and yeah. Do I look like one? Navy SEALs don't have man titties like this, son. Sly Fox is down in Philly-ish. I think technically it's in Downingtown, Pottstown.
Eric
So
really liked Sly Fox.
We went there on my bachelor party. Our friend Eric was my best man. Planned a bachelor party where we went to a bunch of craft breweries.
Wow.
I was working on my PhD thesis at the time, and I fell asleep at Victory. Passed out at Victory. Phoenixville. That's what it is.
Yeah, Phoenix.
The tap room is there, but this can says Pottstown.
Also, in
which really, I mean, is it?
Also in Phoenixville is Iron Hill.
Oh, Iron Hill. Yeah. Iron Hill was the last one we went to.
Iron Hill is where
that.
Vince gave me the Golden Monkey. And that was my first introduction to the Lights Out Golden Monkey, and now I love the Golden
Wait,
Monkey.
at Iron Hill?
At
That's not enough foam?
oh
Or
no,
are
wait,
you-
no,
are you
that was
messing with
at
me?
Victory. What am I talking about? Iron Hill, I think, is where you were trying to scroll through the paper menu.
Yes! I tried to scroll in the menu. I went like,
Mm.
'cause I was drunk.
Fruity? Yep. See, for those of you who are just joining us, this is Tom Mix, certified beer judge and PhD in chemical engineering from Cornell. And I'm trying to, in the same way I like to talk about cars, Tom likes to talk about beer and also wine. That would be a really weird thing, wine reviews. That'd be expensive. Anyway, that'd be neat if we could like podcast at a winery.
The microphone is right here.
What, are we not talking loud enough? Am I not loud enough for you? When we do this next time, this is the thing, I have to get the mixer out. And this is why we need Ben, the intern, here.
Yeah, we're drinking beer. And
Yeah.
We're not setting up the whole fucking shebang.
Yeah. What do you think this is, a Holiday Inn? So,
This...
what I think about this is that, first of all, we need Jeff Glucker from Hooniverse here, because he also has a podcast called Beer Snob. Like, anyway.
All right.
But, see, when I think of this, I think if I'm on a... I'm trying to find out the politically correct way to say this. I'm on a date, and I'm with a girl, and she said, she says, I don't really like beer. I think this could go over. Or if like the only thing she drinks is Michelob Ultra.
I almost brought a Michelob Ultra,
Yeah.
but Pilsner is a German style. It's usually made with old world hops, and it usually has a little clean yellow malt and like either any of the German
AV sauce beer
styles.
here.
Hallertau or
See, I look kind of like Michael, but if I light myself, then I don't.
so this one actually,
That's not.
so Sly Fox actually those people who were asking about saisons before, Sly Fox makes a beer called Grisette, which is kind of like a light saison, which is really really good. It's like a 5% made with saison yeast. Excellent. Actually, the brewer from Sly Fox, I think his name is Brian.
By the way, yes, I am
Yeah,
drinking
GABF one
You
time.
can buy these online, or you can go to Bruce Hen's
Oh,
Garage and
look at that.
buy these.
Product placement.
Yeah,
We still never got Trogs to sponsor regular beer
that'd be
reviews.
so good if we get a sponsor from Trogs. I'd love that.
We may
Or
not be able to
Victory.
speak honestly about the beer.
Or Stone. Wait, Stone is California.
Stone is in San Diego.
Michael Stevens' older
There's a
brother.
lot of old world hop on it, like a lot of bitter hop. To me, what's a little off-put, there's a kind of a over there that's a little off-putting.
Someone said we should do wine reviews at Watkins Glen. Little do they know of that day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't film it, but I
Like this
I
is
went
this
to Cornell and they came up and visited me. We did a lot of wineries that day.
There was this time where Tom and I bullshitted our way into the Finger Lakes Wine Festival at Watkins Glen
I
Raceway.
bullshitted. I had a media pass.
Well, well, technically, yeah, but
I bullshitted you in.
yeah. But I owned a Canon XL1 at that time, which is this is right before the whole high def switch over. I had a Canon XL1, and you look like a TV producer with that thing, and they just waltzed right in, and we went right up to the VIP.
I took on some Riedel glasses from there too.
Thank you. She-male porn addiction. Hey, it's good to know that meme is going on. Golden Monkey. Well, okay, Golden Monkey isn't an IPA there, dude.
What's my favorite clear beer? Like Zima.
90s?
Cornell it's Watkins Glen is about 40 minutes from Ithaca, and I actually bought my wife's engagement ring there. There's a little antique shop down there, which I forget the name of. There's a lot of antiquing to do in Watkins Glen, so that's where I bought an engagement ring. Zima is coming back, by the way.
Really? Is
Speaking
that
of
technically
clear
a
beer.
malt liquor?
It's a malt beverage.
All right.
You make it with malt.
Mm.
Favorite triple? The best triple I had recently, it's actually not a triple.
Mhm.
It's called Vicaris Triple Goose. It's half Vicaris Triple and half Goose. And so it's like slightly sour. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Zima's
Not coming back, stupidity is. See, Zima, the first thing I ever. Were you with me that time we found Zima in the woods? We were walking down behind Davies Hollow, and we walked in the woods and found Zima under a tree
Wow.
down to the creek.
Up the.
Regular frat
Up the
reviews,
patch.
yeah. Up the.
Yeah, I told you, I'm really good friends with Mr. Regular. So I've seen an episode or two. I probably haven't seen all of them. Ooh, that's a tough one. You mean Keystone Red, the tuxedo can, or Keystone Light? Rod Line says worst beer, Old Milwaukee or Keystone.
I don't know.
I probably got to go with Old Milwaukee. If you're talking about the lights, Milwaukee's best light versus Keystone Light, I would drink Keystone
Keystone Light,
All
the never,
day.
the never bitter beer.
over the Beast.
the be-
But
Like,
Old Milwaukee itself, I don't know if I've had enough of it to really.
I don't think you were with us. It was myself and Matt Carlton and my Uncle Jim. We went to a Phillies game, and Uncle Jim wanted to pregame with the Beast in the parking lot.
Of course you
And they were
The
tall
Beast.
boys.
did. I want to say this is. Oh, it's 4.9% alcohol for whoever asked that. It's 44 IBUs. In case you're interested.
When are we reviewing Pabst Blue
Oh,
Ribbon?
okay. Hey, mansplainer. Goose is different from goes. Goze. Okay, Goose Gueuze is a sour. It's a lambic that's aged, that's blended with. It's a 3-year and 1-year blend. So a Goose is a sour beer that's wild fermented. A Goze is lacto fermented.
I think this is our solution.
German.
For
Oh, hey, there you go. Maybe.
This work a little bit.
I'm talking about the GUE
That's still kind of
Use
blinding,
the-
isn't it? Well, is that,
Goose explaining. Thank you.
that works
Explain-
a little
explain
bit.
the Goose better. I've had Wisconsin Club. No. I've had Utica Club from Utica. It's a Utica dialect. So this pills is fine. There's a little bit of an off flavor that's a little off-putting to it to me.
Light stupid.
How do they measure IBUs? It's it probably they measure the amount of alpha acid that's in the beer, basically, and back calculate from there. Probably by GC gas chromatography, if I had to guess. But like beers that have like this has 1,000 IBUs, like you can't really taste like more than 100 anyway. So like you wouldn't really taste a difference in bitterness between like 100 IBU and like a 200 or 300 IBU. But I'm pretty sure they probably just calculate the amount of alpha acid based on the hops. Even the hop companies will send you, they'll say, you have this is this much alpha, right? And so they will kind of just calculate from there.
Someone asks, ever had Old Vienna? I don't know what that
Old
is.
Vienna, like the Billy Joel song,
Nice.
on the Stranger. Vienna,
Which beer gives you the best bowel movements?
I'm not sure about I mean, you taste the difference because if they're adding more hops, they're adding other stuff. But I'm saying from a purely bitterness standpoint, you kind of top out at 100 or 120.
Mr. Regular, what is the worst beer you ever tasted? I remember I was at this party. I was dating this girl who went to the College of New Jersey in Trenton.
That's your first problem.
Still think about her from time to time. But anyway, the worst beer I ever had was... It set the stage for the night because I had my choice between Jungle Juice at this party or Natty Ice. And it was like, it's all the liquors. It's the Fireball. It's the Goldschlager that's there for trash class. It's Nikolai 100 vodka. Or Natty Ice. And I think I'm going to go with the Natty Ice. I took one sip of beer. It was bitter. And I took another sip, and I think I can finish this, and couldn't. I went back, and I think I found like some ginger ale, and I mixed the ginger ale and vodka, and that was what I was going to drink. So natural ice, Natty Ice is worse than bottom shelf liquor. Worst beer I've ever had. Although then there's pork.
I agree with that.
Then there's pork. Then there's pork slap.
Pork slap is. I forget the name.
It's a novelty beer to me.
It's Upstate New York Brewery. It's made with smoked malt, and it kind of tastes like bacon. And it's got a pig. It's got some pigs pumping uglies on the front of the can.
Then there's also Old Rasputin.
Look at Pork Slap. I forget the brewery. I want to say it's in Upstate New York, like Buffalo or one of those. But it tastes like bacon because they use smoked malt. There's no bacon in the beer, but they use a little bit of smoked malt, and so it's Fruit Slap.
That down with that down. Classic internet. Remember Old Rasputin?
Old Rasputin.
Yeah.
That guy. If you're doing a power hour and you run out of Miller Lite,
oh my
don't
God.
open Old Rasputin from minute 55 through 60.
Yeah.
That was bad. That was bad news. Old Rasputin is from North Coast. It's like 9%. It's like motor oil. Well, yeah, it's...
Someone asked...
it's a fine beer, and in fact, it's one of the first Imperial Stouts, American Imperial Stouts, but gosh...
Roy Hand says...
Don't finish a power hour with it.
Roy Hand says, what's the most expensive alcohol I've ever had? The most expensive alcohol I ever had was bought by our good friend Eric for my 30th birthday. We were at the bookstore in Bethlehem. That was where Eric has the picture of Vote Hunsinger, a dandy candidate.
Wow, I'm really not remembering this.
Oh, that was...
Your 30th.
My 30th birthday, so 5 years ago. He buys me a $30 bottle of beer.
That's the most expensive alcohol you've ever had.
Yeah, $30 bottle of beer. And it was good, and that was the last time I got pukey drunk. That was the last time I was like... I was riding home with my friend Sayward, who's married now, and, I'm riding home in her Volkswagen Jetta, and I'm riding home and going, all my love and all my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing. Oh boy,
wow, I really
when you're with me, oh boy. And
I'm gonna puke.
yeah, yeah. So I didn't puke when I got home, but I puked in the morning, and I was cleaning I'm 30 now, and I'm vacuuming my apartment. Not this one in Kutztown. I'm vacuuming the apartment, and as the waves of nausea rose up my throat, I just went to the bathroom and
You puked while vacuuming?
I took a break. I even turned the vacuum off. But I went to the bathroom and I'm like if I puke, I puke, but I gotta clean this off. So, what's next?
There's a question back there that I wanted to answer while you were in the middle of a breathtaking story. Oh, it was about... It was about what's the most expensive alcohol you had. Mine, I've had Utopias, which is all right. That's like $200 for a bottle.
What?
It's Sam Adams Utopias. It's like 21%. But I think the most I've had wine from the first vintage. If you're Finger Lakes, you'd know Constantine Frank. Like the first or second vintage of Riesling from them. A friend of mine managed to track it down. It was like 1967, and so that I guess is priceless. That was excellent. We had it it was probably in 2009. It was really something. It was still very much alive. In fact, you could still smell sulfur on it. What's the beer equivalent of a Honda Civic?
I have a question. Remember that. What's the beer equivalent of a Honda Civic? Rolling Rock, honestly.
Wow, rolling. That's harsh. It's
Well, because I like Honda Civics.
Well,
you
describe a Honda Civic how you would describe it.
A Honda Civics, every single one is consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Ruthlessly consistent. What car should I buy, Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla? Although with Rolling Rock is definitely, that is pretty light and there is no substance. You know what? You're right. Rolling Rock isn't a fun beer.
No.
It's not all that fun. Where Honda Civics
You think
are
a Civic
fun.
is fun, so consistently good, but
And
also enjoyable.
Yeah. Is there depth to a Honda Civic? Is there stuff to? Is there a refinement? There isn't a refinement to a Honda Civic. They're all raspy engines. So I was about to go Sam Adams with there. It's consistent, but there is something to. There is some contemplation that you can have with a Sam Adams, but maybe that's me remembering it because we always went to the brewery in Boston.
Actually, you know what? Every bar ever has Boston Lager,
Yeah.
and everybody has a Honda Civic.
All right.
So I think Boston Lager would probably be a good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, not at all. Like, and it's always
not
on
a bad
planes. It's always on. I fly American, and it's always on American Airlines. It's like, do you want Heineken or do you want Sam Adams? You're on a plane. You have a choice of Sam Adams or Heineken.
Right.
Sam. I have a question for Tom. Did you ever crack that bottle of 2006 Dr. Frank that we bought? That you bought? That I should have bought. It was $20 and it was so cheap I didn't buy
Yeah,
it.
definitely. I've moved a couple times since then, so
Oh.
my wife has limited the number of bottles of wine that we could move. But yeah, I definitely drank that. I have a couple old Rieslings from Finger Lakes still in my basement, but
One guy, Harry Henderson, says there is no Sam Adams on tap anywhere in Oregon.
wow, really? That seems wow.
The Lone Stone says this is serious. My girlfriend makes me come too fast. What should I do? Jerk off beforehand. Clean your pipes. What is this, freshman year? Will you upload this on YouTube?
It'll be there.
You're watching it on YouTube.
No, I think it'll
Oh, yeah, well. Mr. Igloo, I just want you to know that my cell phone alarm ringtone when I wake up every morning is that this is the car you can poop in. Thank you for that.
So let's talk about this beer.
Yeah.
It's a good transition. This is called Peacemaker Pale Ale.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Rolla, North Carolina, Lone Rider Brewing Company. Don't let the badge fool you. Peacemaker is popular with lawmen and outlaws alike. This well-rounded West Coast style pale ale uses several hop varieties. Peacemaker is from Rolla. I'm gonna be there in August. You know how to say it, I guess. So this is a pale ale. We're getting a little more malty here. What car is? This is hard. I just tasted this beer for the first time. I don't know, dude.
I'm making something.
Dude, we had like 2 beers. What are you doing? Anyway, this is pale ale. Pales are usually have a little more malt component. more so like an IPA is more or less defined by it's got a whole bunch of hops. I'm being very general here, but a pale ale you will find a little more balance between malt and hops. I need this back. And so, I mean, the word that's typically comes up is biscuity. Biscuity is a word that you find in pale ales, often the malt character. So it's like a little. There you go. This turned into a blog.
What?
Blog. What century is this? Lol.
Did that work? Yeah, that worked.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a beer. It's got a good malt component.
Tell us, how many Roman jokes did you make with the Roman when GTA 4 came out? I have not played GTA 4. I apologize. My favorite style of beer? It's my favorite style of beer. It always changes, but it's going to be Hefeweizen. Is if I'm in a strange bar, because I've been lamenting. Maybe it's gone away, but for the past 3 years, there's been this escalation of IPAs, like this hop war, and I'm a little bit over that. I like being challenged, but if I walk into a bar and I see a row of taps and I'm not sure, and if I'm being served or something, and I don't know what I want, I normally ask, do you have a Hefeweizen? And I ask for that. Did you experience any
They're
new
very
brews?
consistent.
Did you experience any new brews in the UK? I wish I could something Ireland. Yes, I drank exclusively cask beers in the UK. I was ready for the beers being room temperature, which I understand. There are certain elements to what they were trying to accomplish that can only be tasted at room temperature. And I was fine with that. What I was surprised with is how low the alcohol was. I went to about 8 different pubs while I was there. Loved every single one of them. It was neat to watch that gigantic lever go. And of course, the imperial pint is what, like this, a little bit more. But they're like 4.2, 4.5. And I guess the drinking culture over there is more volume, but that was odd. I never got, in terms of like mid-state PA or coal country Pennsylvania, I never got half a load on. What half a load on is, you're feeling it.
That's like it's more than buzzed.
Yeah.
But you don't have a load on.
Yeah.
Half a load on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say like the tipping point, like the last harbor of safety for me is rolling, or like usually when I start singing rolling, 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 what we rolling, rolling.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
That's Lid Biscuit?
Yeah, it is.
Oh boy. Somebody asked where I get this beer. I got it at the local beer shop. We don't have Total in Pennsylvania because our liquor and wine is a monopoly. So we have beer distributors. And this place had it. I'd never had it before, so I picked it up. And it looks pretty good. It's actually it's decent. It's not bad. It's pretty it's got decent malt forward and
Favorite Pennsylvanian microbrew?
macro. That says macro.
Wow, I know what
You know,
you're
they
into.
make, actually, if you're on the East Coast and you drink Sam Adams, most of it comes from either Cincinnati or Allentown. Somebody give a shot at Cincinnati before. But there's a big brewery in Allentown. It used to be what was it?
Was that the one you see from 78?
Yeah. It used to be like a Stroh's brewery.
Whoa, white balance. What's up with that? Why are we blue?
It used to be a Stroh's brewery, and now it's a Sam Adams. And so basically all the Boston lager that you have on the East Coast, more or less, comes from Allentown, which is Pennsylvania.
Ugh.
That's
White.
your screen just changed.
Oh, never mind then. That's on my end. That's F-Lux kicking in.
I don't know what that is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Do you? This
The
one
England
guy's
is
saying.
basically a macro.
Oh, okay.
Stroh's is short spelled.
Andrew Simmons says, "How's the Falcon?" Right now, the Falcon's pulling to the right. The front left brake caliper. Something's up with it. It's not getting brake fluid, so when you step on the brake, the wheel turns to the right. Like if you have your hands take off the wheel, you press on the brake. Thank you, Tom. You're driving into the curb. You've got to like pull the car back on center when you hit the brake, because the front left caliper, there's something wrong with it. I bled the brakes today. Neighbor helped me. I don't really think that helped. It could be the floating pins inside the caliper are stuck. But that's weird. We had it jacked up. We turned the wheel and stepped on the brake, and it did stop. But it's not getting enough. So something's happening. I'll bet me driving that car in the rain and driving that one time in the snow, the salt or something got to something sticking. I'm still driving it to Carlisle. Like, hey, 3 out of 4 brakes ain't bad. It still stops. It's got 4-wheel discs. Like, it with 3 brakes stops better than it did with 4 drums. So, and it's not overheating or anything. You just got to be careful when you stop. You just got to brace the wheel.
So
one guy says, Flying Dog Bloodline is my jam.
well, that was pretty good. Is that the blood orange one? Yeah, that one's good. Some people giving shout outs to Prairie in Oklahoma. Prairie's awesome. They have a beer called America, which is basically like their
apostrophe
kind of take on American yellow beer. But they mostly make a lot of funky sour beers that are excellent. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Prairie, actually. They're a little expensive, but fine barrel-aged stuff like that is always a little more expensive. So, but yeah, Prairie's excellent. I haven't seen it in Pennsylvania. Nitro Milk Stout, left hand. You got to go with left hand for that. Yeah, I had it over the summer. The Oberon's very good too. I have an Oberon shirt that I got because I work at a bar sometimes doing trivia. But yeah, Oberon's great. It has to be hot out though. You want an Oberon in January anyway.
One guy asks, ever have anything from Core or Fossil Cove? I've never heard of either of those two.
Core. I don't think so.
Furthest
You're in luck, sir. Wait a minute. Where's my Hardywood single? I didn't. No? Shit. I have Hardywood single. I forgot to bring it. We were going to review that, David Irwin. Shit. Shit in a hat. And pull it over your head. Damn it. Sorry. Hardywood single. We should have had that.
One guy says, I suggest a crossover between you and AVE. Yes, I would love to do a crossover with AVE. The old bumblefuck. He's all the way out in British Columbia, which is, Seattle's not far enough for you. Go to British Columbia, yeah. If he's up for it, I'm up for it, but yeah. Again with the hams. Have you ever tried any real Russian beers?
I've had Baltica, but I think that's not actually Russian. It's got Cyrillic letters on it, but I'm not sure if it's actually like Latvian or it's called Baltica. I don't know. Baltica porter is very good.
One guy says there are too many hop puns these days. Hoptimus Prime, Optical Illusion.
Yeah, right now the thing to do is Goza puns, like Goza the Destroyer, Ghostbusters reference.
Yeah.
Or this goes well with whatever, or here it goes again. Or,
Oh.
yeah, those are the hot puns right now. Steamy puns. So, wrap up on Pacemaker. It's a fine pale. It's got a decent malt. It's a little more on the amber side of the pale ale, so it's got a little more caramely malt, which is nice. I think it's very good. And when I'm in Raleigh, I'll have to seek these guys out when I'm down there this summer. So let's move on here. This is another Southern beer. Is the next one? Where do the Trogs go?
Trophy's right.
So this is another Southern beer. This is Terrapin. It's Terrapin Mosaic. And it is a rye IPA that is brewed with the Mosaic Hop.
What is a Mosaic Hop?
Mosaic is kind of it's one of the hot specialty hops right now. So you got, basically, if you want specialty hops right now, you're looking at either Mosaic or Citra, at least in bulk. Galaxy and others are interesting, but the two biggest ones on the market right now
head.
nice pour. Are Mosaic and Citra. And Citra is very, is like it says, it's very citrusy. And it's very pleasant, but Mosaic has a very funky kind of dank is the word that they use, where it's kind of smells like weed a little bit. Mosaic has this like nice funk to it. So I prefer Mosaic over Citra, although the beer that's around me is called Pseudo Sue. It's a very culty beer, 100 points on Beer Advocate, all that shit. It's made with 100% Citra. It's very good. But I personally like Mosaic over Citra. That's it. Go that way. So this is Terrapin Mosaic. It's a rye IPA. It's got rye grain in it. Yeah, it smells like sour diesel. No, it doesn't. Not really. Abraxas is very good. But this one, it's 100% Mosaic, but they also use rye. I don't exactly know why. I think Mosaic, to me, Mosaic beers are better when they're not as dry. So like they think they maybe use the rye and kind of up the malt bill to make this a little sweeter. So it's not quite an Imperial IPA. I love sour D. Yeah, I lived in Boulder for 4 years, so I know what sour diesel smells like.
What's this word right here? Fan of what hops?
Simcoe. Simcoe is one of those West Coast ones. Yeah, I like this. Is 6.2%, so it's not quite. It's not really
someone knows
Imperial.
what's up right there.
Lord
Yingling
Chesterfield.
Lord Chesterfield. Chetty.
Chetty. If you're from around here, you call it Chetty. Rusty Shackelford.
There is the one place in the center of town. I told you, the inn. They have Chetty on tap.
Chetty on tap is great. Chetty in a green bottle. Fuck that shit.
No.
Why do they put hoppy beer in a green bottle? I don't know. Heineken is skunky, not because they made it wrong, because they put it in a goddamn green bottle. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, I mean, you can get Chetty in a can. At Weiss.
You can get Chetty cans. Yeah, cans are fine.
Yeah.
I like some Elysians. There's one that's really good. I think it's Galaxy. That I just had recently. I don't know. I have to pull up my Untapped. By the way, you can follow me on Untapped.
What is this deal like Dirty Old James? Like people getting their tits all spinning and their nipples really hard for real Guinness from Ireland. I mean, I was talking to Tom Clark when we were in the UK. Yeah, it's that Tom Clark, the lead singer from The Enemy.
Not the weatherman from Newswatch 16, if you live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I mean,
it's great.
It was correct British spelling with an E on the end of it. No, he did say, Tom Clark did say, like, yeah, we went up to Ireland, we had a tour in Ireland, and I did have the Guinness there in Ireland, and yes, it was different, but Okay, I agree with this guy that Guinness is a gateway beer to finally getting good beer. Like when you're done playing Beirut or beer pong.
Yes, spacesuit. That's what I was talking about.
What was he talking about?
The Galaxy from Lucy.
Mm.
Yeah, Guinness is a fine beer, but it's not like the be all end all.
Right. I think the issue I have with Guinness are the people you meet at conventions or comic book conventions or something like, I drink Guinness as bread in a can. I know what the
Space dust. That's what it is.
Hmm?
Yeah, Hop Nosh is okay.
There, that guy, John Backlick. He knows that's up.
Uinta is
Natty Bo.
Uinta is an interesting brewery. My story about them is I went to the Great American Beer Festival, and they have like a little like, it's like a teepee kind of. Well, it's round. It's a kind of more like a hut. So most places just have a booth at GABF. It's a big convention hall, and everybody's got a booth with a couple pictures of their beer. But Uinta has this big display, and it's this big hut, and so you go in, and it's like this experience, like it's a spirit quest when you drink your beer. But on the outside of the hut, there's a big sign that says, "No farting," because you're entering a closed space with a bunch of dudes who've been drinking beer all day, and there's a lot of farts happening. Especially if you ever go to the Great American Beer Festival, wait to leave until they actually push you out the door, because what happens is at the very end of the session, everybody lines up at the door, and they're all standing there in line, and everyone's farting with gusto because they've been drinking beer for 2 hours, and there's this just stench cloud that like hangs out of just beer farts by the door. And so if you go to GABF, don't leave right away. Wait for the fart cloud to disperse before you do that. Have you ever tried Asian beer? I've had a lot of the kind of the Asian lagers, the Sapporo and Tiger beer and Singha.
I don't know if we get legit stuff over here.
They're all the same. They're all just super. Asahi's good. Asahi Super Dry is very good. But like they're all just an American lager that's from Asia. All the ones that I've had. Haven't had any. Oh, Lion. Lion is very good.
Flomanshan
From
Lion
I think
Stout.
it's from Thailand. Lion beer. It's like a stout. That one's pretty good. Yeah, Lion. Yeah, Flow Motion just said, are you into Lion? Lion's good. And it's cheap, too. It's not that expensive. Qingdao. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're at the Chinese buffet, yeah, you get Qingdao. But green bottles on Qingdao, so watch it. Anyway, all right. So, what do you think of the Terrapin Mosaic Rye?
This is a
IPA?
beer you're gonna have to give me at the beginning of the night. You know what this?
He probably is. He's lightweight.
Yeah, I am a lightweight. Like my first. Look at that. Look at that. Wait, let me move my fingers. Look at that.
Nice pour. The more hop oil is in the beer, the more tendency it has to foam. So if you,
my first Mason Dixon moment with drinking just I like Yingling. That's the beer I like. Was when I went up to visit you at Ithaca, and we went to Chapter House, and it was nothing but. That was the beginning of the IPA surge, and that's all.
The Chapter House was amazing. If anybody has been to Ithaca, the Chapter House was an excellent bar. I was there for an unrelated reason in Ithaca the day before it burned down. I didn't do it. But the last beer I had there was a KBS, Founders Kentucky Breakfast Stout. And I feel like that's a good way to go out with a bar. The cool thing about that place is that you could get popcorn there.
Yeah.
And when it burned down, corn sprouted on the lot
Really?
from the popcorn. Honest to God, you can look in the Ithaca Journal. The place they had these bags and bags of popcorn. That's probably what burned the fucking place down, was the popcorn machine. But they, over the summer, corn sprouted in the empty lot. Rip Chapter House, thank you, Skellhammer.
Yeah.
But they stalks of corn. It was unbelievable.
I like that.
I didn't know you could grow corn from popcorn. I guess it makes sense. It's
Corn.
It's a variety of corn.
Yeah. It was such a good idea too
Yeah.
have. What?
Just a random commenter says, Mr. Regular, what should my first alcoholic drink be?
Well,
He's
now
16. I'm gonna have.
Were you going to
I'm
a
going
party?
to have beer in 5 years and wait
Oh.
until then.
Well, who knows what the beer scene is going to be in 5 years? Where do you see it going?
He's saying, what should his first beer be? This is a different question.
Oh.
He is 16. He's saying, when I turn 21.
See, that's the thing. You're going to be...
Your first beer ever?
Are you on the East Coast? Just drive to Canada. That's what we did.
That's where we
That's
got
what
drunk
we
for the
did.
first time.
Yeah.
Scarborough, Ontario.
Yeah.
In a, was it a Holiday Inn?
It's a Hojo.
It was a Hojo. Howard
Howard
Johnson's. In a jacuzzi.
I
drinking
think
KWV Merlot out of a water bottle in a jacuzzi. In
that was
Canada.
a fun trip. Oh, I missed that.
I don't know. I think you should just be with good friends. I don't recommend liquor.
No.
I don't know. Yingling Lager is very good for a first beer. So chug it down.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be having a lot of drinks that night, so
Like,
Voodoo Ranger equals pine salt. I've been to the New Belgian brewery.
all right. What's something a little bit not the premium? I'm gonna go.
If
you get a
first beer, it should
first
be
beer.
something special, something unique, probably.
Okay, I was about to go Takiti, like a Dos Equis, but I'm thinking Tecate. Wow.
Wow. I mean,
Because
if you want
they're
a
easy.
beer that you can buy for a 6-pack at
Because-
$3.
Because I'm thinking easy drinking, but you know what? I'll say the porter, Yingling Porter, is easier drinking than the lager.
I don't know. I don't know. I think just make it special. Make it something interesting about you. I would say it doesn't have to be. No, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Right.
Either.
I think Tom's right. You're spending too much time on the beer itself and not the context surrounding it, because that's more fun than what's going in a hole. So the first legit beer I bought, like the day I was 21. First we drove to one place and they didn't believe me, and then we drove all the way to the Sandcastle.
Wasn't it right here?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it was in Haven.
It was the other one.
Yeah.
But we drove all the way to the Sandcastle, and I said I'd like a 6-pack of Yingling, and I didn't specify the lager because where we live, if you say Yingling, you get the premium.
Mm-hmm.
So we get premium. We go to your house, and we're drinking it in the pool at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
But that was it. More fun.
Yeah,
like-
just make it memorable.
Yeah.
So somebody asked about Palate Wrecker. I have had Palate Wrecker, and it is way too hoppy. It's like chewy, almost.
One guy says first beer Sierra Nevada. That's
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a good gateway to craft beer, too. Yingling Premium is like a Pilsner. It's like an American lager. It's made by Yingling. You can't really get it outside the county.
What are you talking about, Clarence Steel Reserve? What are you, an out-of-work warehouse forklift driver?
Wow.
Keystone.
I quite enjoy Alaskan Brewery.
Yeah.
Mr. Regular, do you have anything to say about
Well,
Alaska?
I lived in Alaska for a short while. Midnight Sun Brewery. That was my go-to place when I was in town, when I was in Anchorage. Midnight Sun. There has to be a level in between Roland and, I would say, a Lodon. It's the area where you get to this level where I enjoy walking. I'm walking home. That's me walking home from Midnight Sun Brewery. Alaskans, they got nothing on Australians. They know how to enjoy their drinks. Old Milwaukee, Duff, Alaskan Husky IPA, and Red Ale are both great. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, Spaceballs reference.
One guy said,
Steve Meister.
"What? You move so fast, your pants went plaid."
Young's Double Chocolate Stout. All right. One time on my birthday, it wasn't my 21st birthday, but a friend of mine brought me a Brooklyn Chocolate Stout, which is also like 9%, and dropped a shot of vodka in it.
Ew.
So I get halfway through it, and I realize there's a shot glass in it. That was not a good morning the next morning. But I got him back. By the next time, I bought him, when it was his birthday, I bought him a drink. It was a triple peach schnapps with ice in it. And I was like, here you go. So I waited until he had a couple of beers, and I gave him this triple peach schnapps to guarantee that he would be hungover in the morning. It was very not very nice of me, but somebody says, have you ever had Three Floyds? Yes, Three Floyds is on the way here from where I live. It's just off of Route 80. Actually, it's like maybe a half hour off of 80. You kind of go through South Chicago, so you go through some sketchy neighborhoods on the way to there. Gumball Head's super good. I had the best beer I had there was something called they had like original Alpha King recipe, and I'm just name dropping now. But they had a thing there. It was called like Ice Pants, Icelandic Pants. Hang on, Iceland.
Yes, I saw people do that. Ryan, you ever see people do a ski shot? I used to work at I used to work at Bear Creek Ski Area in Macungie, Pennsylvania. The ski shot, I guess, do it to do it, but it's a little bit like. Okay, what a ski shot is where you take a ski and the shot glasses they probably use some epoxy or J&B. They stick them on there, and you're all supposed to do the shot at the same time. Mm-hmm. I look at ski shots the way our good friend Matt Carlton looks at drinking games. If you need a game to get you interested in drinking, don't drink with me.
Shot ski, my experience with shot, we sang with an a cappella group from Dartmouth. And I guess there's nothing else to do in New Hampshire because they brought to Baltimore. I went to school in Baltimore. They brought a shot ski to Baltimore, and we did a shot off the shot ski. It's like, and they also brought their own. They play at Dartmouth. They play beer pong with paddles, which is total bullshit. I guess it's harder, but what the hell? Anyway, the beer I was talking about for Three Floyds is called Icelandic Pants of the Dead. It was amazing. It was really good. It's a sour.
Dennis
from Three Floyds, but Zombie Dust is very good too.
Dennis Kopasev asks, why is alcohol in Pennsylvania so tightly regulated? Puritans?
Quakers?
Okay. I'm going to
plug in your computer.
Plug in, yeah. It's got some AC power going on.
Do you ever visit O on 4chan? What's O?
I don't
Origami?
know. I have no idea. Maybe that's the car thing. But that doesn't make sense. Why is it O, not C?
UMBC. I did not go to UMBC. I had a job interview there, but they did not hire me. So, O is auto.
Auto.
No, I went to Johns Hopkins. I even have a hat. It says it. Johns Hopkins.
I went to Kutztown University of Pennsylvania, a state school.
Okay.
Made famous by no one. We've reached the end of the line, gentlemen.
I may have a bonus beer.
Uh-oh.
So this is Trogs.
Trogs! I love Trogs.
This is old, actually. It's from Christmas, the last time I was here. So it's been aged. This is one of Trogs' kind of one-off beer series of scratch beers. This is a chocolate stout. And I bought this over Christmas, and I knew that my parents wouldn't drink it because my dad only drinks Bud Light. This is not a last call. I have a bonus beer in my bag here.
Oh
boy. So this is aged chocolate stout from Trogs, which is a very good craft brewery in PA, kind of mid-level. And so it is a stout. I didn't bring. I didn't have any porters.
I love their scratch beers. Like that's the beauty of going to Trogs is like tasting stuff that they're not sure if they're gonna do yet.
Yeah, and Trogs, the tasting room is great. It's like it's kind of a beer hall kind of model. It's a big barn basically. Why don't you smoke more pot? It's probably hard to get here.
A little bit. The paperwork's going through. Our governor, Tom Wolf.
Oh, he's all about it.
Signed something in that something's going to happen where people will vote on something. But anyway, this is the last legal drug. So,
our buddy Eric loves Shipyard Pumpkin Head, or is it the Pumpkin Head? The pumpkin one.
Don't you get sick drinking chocolate stouts getting hammered? It's 7.1.
So this is a chocolate stout. It tastes like a liquid Tootsie Roll, which is not chocolate, but chocolate flavoring and wax. Look, I love Trogs. Here's a problem with chocolate beers: is chocolate is as much an aroma experience as it is a texture experience. So like chocolate is great because it melts at your mouth temperature. It melts in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have Treehouse. I have one or two Treehouses. I have to look it up on Untapped. But that's what a Tootsie Roll is: chocolate flavoring and wax.
Clayton Iser says, "Do I ever want to be on Hot Ones? Fuck yes, I will go on Hot Ones, but I don't think I'm big enough. I mean,
regular hot sauce reviews.
Hot Ones has freaking Kevin Hart on that. Hot Ones has Joey Diaz and Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny. I'm not that
Your
level.
regular hot sauce review should be, you try the hot sauce, and then it's just you shitting all the hot sauce. So anyway, this chocolate stout chocolate is just as much of a textural experience as it is an aroma, so it's very difficult to replicate that in a beer, is what I'm saying. So some nitros kind of come close with a creamy texture. This just smells like chocolate, and it tastes like a stout. I get it because they're short. That's pretty good. Treehouse. I want to say that I have had a Treehouse. My wife lives in Massachusetts, or her family does. And have I had any?
Have I ever been to Southern Tier Brewery? No, I haven't. Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Stout.
No, I guess I haven't had a Treehouse. I've heard really great things though.
Regular game. One guy says, regular game reviews. Is it ever going to happen? I have almost a 20-page literary analysis of Night in the Woods. That is gonna, like, no one has ever written a game review like this before. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Trillium's good.
Like, the thing is, Night in the Woods, I'm bumping that off of Bram.
In a room.
No, it's a different one.
No, right.
It's a very art house game, but it's set in Pennsylvania. I'm bringing out Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'm doing classic high school. I'm doing Fall of the House of Usher. And, what's the other thing I talked about? Oh, I can't remember. Nosferatu, but that's technically film. So, yeah. Like,
in the context of Night in the Woods.
in the context of Night in the Woods. Like, these are things they brought. Now, really,
Yeah.
friggin'.
Somebody just slurred.
Did I slur?
Yes.
I don't know. Anyway.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I heard a Shaggy song on the radio.
Yeah.
There's a new Shaggy song.
Yeah.
All I heard was him going, Shaggy.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Okay, like this is a, you know, because I'm not married and like all my friends are married, every Tom and Dick and Harry, it must be strong of you to go it alone. That was Tom Waits' line. I'm imagining in my head all the ways that you might be thinking to embarrass Molly on like prom night.
As a dad?
As it like dad moves.
To embarrass my daughter. She's 4.
That's lots of
You
time.
have lots of time to plan this out. But the songs that we grew up with are going to be oldies then. But I had this vision of like her suitor showing up on prom night and like Molly and like is that her legal name or is that short for something else?
Molly.
Okay. But instead of her coming down the stairs, it's you dressed in a way that you feel would be funny, but it's
Mr.
Mr. Bombastic going on. Mr. Lova. And then you hear like, Dad, like this thing you've been planning out for something you've been planning for 14 years.
I actually have not forgotten very much of that. I had the album.
You did. Complete with his cover of Mungo Jerry's In the Summertime. Yeah.
From the soundtrack to Flipper. Elijah Wood.
Will that story from the Jeep JK video ever been told? I told it once and never again. It's what happened to me at your wedding with what's her name?
What does that have to do with a Jeep?
I don't know. I brought it up in some like freestyle thing when I was doing it, like
in a TP.
in a TP.
Oh,
I'm glad
that chick.
that. Anyway,
Yes, I've tried Trillium. It's great. I have a stout in my basement that's sitting there, and there's a double IPA. It was like something Storm. That was very, very good. It's just early name dropping beers.
yeah.
So let's talk about this beer. It's chocolatey. Smells chocolatey, but it tastes like a stout. It's Trogs, so it's well made.
Trogs, if you come to Pennsylvania, they're
This guy, the Pun Master.
What'd he
Sex in
say?
the TP is fucking intense. Well done.
Well done. How can I convince my parents to let me get a manual as my first car? We split pay 50-50 and it will be mine 80% of the time. What you need to get is, I've covered this in one review, you have to get a Honda Civic Accord Honda Civic Accord, what am I talking about? I'm drunk. You have to get a Honda Accord wagon. They come in manual. They're fun to drive, not that much power, but all you have to do is say, Mom and Dad, I found a car I think I'd like. It's a station wagon. And they immediately think, oh, station wagon.
What a sensible vehicle.
Exactly. Our son has come to his senses. And you don't...
All-around mulch in that.
Yeah. And maybe I can use it on the weekends. I'm going to haul my lawnmower in that. My Alice Chalmers. But the thing is, you don't even bring up that it's stick shift. They see it, it looks nice, it looks bland, and then they say, oh, it's a stick shift. You sure you want it? Well, maybe you can teach me. Dad. Father-son moment. You have yourself, honestly, okay, the car makes like 120 horsepower, but the I think it's a derivative of the D-Series motor, but it will rev right to redline, even though it's a single jingle, which is the fun way of saying single overhead cam. It's fun to rev all the time.
News to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just pleasantly drunk enough. Well, we'll fix that in a minute.
Oh God.
But so in the meantime,
What are we gonna do after this? Because
last time we played Rocket Fart Bonanza. What was that game with the rockets and the penguins?
huh?
Not penguins. Little guys. And then you shoot the rockets and goes around the Earth. What's that game?
Oh, Kerbal Space.
Kerbal Space Program.
Program.
And we played that for like 3 hours. After it became regular video game reviews where you couldn't land a rocket.
What time is it for real? It's
like
midnight. It's midnight. I'm glad I'm not driving anywhere. Mr. Regular, 16 years old in 2 days. Recommendation for driving in the
Sweet.
starter
Oh,
cars.
man.
It's whatever your parents are gonna let you get. Honestly. Man, I could.
Stout.
Oh. I could really go for a Sheets run after this. Yeah, me too. That's the
That's
thing
why I
about
was
this
like,
town.
we should order a pizza or something. But no one nowhere in town was open because everybody in this town closes at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Automatic Miata, stupid or not?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Why? Why?
Mac and Cheetos. We do have a Burger King. It's kind of far. Over here.
Yeah, we do.
We live in the sticks. There's really nothing here.
Man, Sheets
There's a
has,
Sheets.
but the Sheets has, deep fried. Oh man, corn fritters.
The last time I was at a Sheets, they have this like vanilla. I don't know why they had this like vanilla powder on the countertop. You could like put like vanilla sugar on something.
I don't know if I could do that last beer, Tom.
Oh, you're gonna like it. But I dumped the powder out and I started cutting it into lines.
I don't know. I may get sick.
We had like 3 beers between us. It has sentimental value.
Oh really? See, I closed my eyes a minute ago and I went, oh.
Close my eyes and I slipped away. Oh. The last beer of the night.
Oh no, there's a little metal thing covering the goddamn cork.
Is barrel-aged old Rasputin.
Fuck you.
You said it before.
Fuck you. God damn it.
It's from North Coast.
Oh no.
It's aged in a barrel.
Oh no.
It says XI. It's supposed to be the 19th anniversary
Oh
of old
my
Rasputin.
god, Tom, why do you do this to me?
It's 11%.
Fuck you.
It's aged in bourbon barrels. And
What
it's a
do-
product of the USA.
I'm so. I hope it rains tomorrow. It'll fit my mood waking up. Oh my goodness. Look how much I have to do. Can I pour this out?
Give it to me.
You're the Toriel to my nameless child. Good luck with that
That
reference.
one went over my head.
I know it did.
Alright. Do you drink anything Japanese? Sapporo, Asahi. What's that other one? Nakatomi.
Flowman Sean says, "Now that's a drinking buddy that you picked up the slack."
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. You sound like Tom's girlfriend. I'm married, son. Ra ra Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. Nice
Something,
reference. Here we go. Hey now.
Do you want a separate mug for this?
You have wine glasses?
I have a old style champagne.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Should drink it out of those.
I have one.
One
One.
is a minimalist. Old Rasputin.
Well, this one's almost dry, and it's Squircle Mountain Brewing.
How much more worth it is to be sober. Straight edge over here. So this is from North Coast. It doesn't have a year on it. It just says 19. I assume that... Well, it says XIX. So I'm assuming Roman...
Roman, he's in his town. Oh, bowling. Yeah, that joke's really popular.
Ooh. It's got a smell to it.
Have I ever driven a Previa? No, but I want to. Are you going to Ford Nationals this weekend? Yeah, I'll be there Saturday.
If
Ford
he ever
Falcon
wakes
and
up.
Ford Falcon and the 3 of the 4 brakes working. $10 says regular in the Roman bone.
Yeah.
No.
Ew for both of them.
Ew for both of them.
Cheers.
Cheers, Tom.
To Rasputin.
Rasputin.
That's got a little edge on it.
Hey, yeah. This isn't my joke. I wish it was, but that'll put hair on your shoulders. Wait, no, fuck, I fucked it up. That'll put hair on your chest, and if you don't got hair on your chest, it'll move it to your shoulders and your back. That's AVE's joke.
I think hair on your shoulders was fine as it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Still waiting for dog reviews. Yeah, I filmed half.
Not a dog.
I filmed this corgi running around, and I'm gonna do it, but anyway.
Wells corgi.
Regular cars. What is your favorite television show? Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon.
The official dog of the Queen of England. Message retracted.
Wow. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either.
That'll put hair on your ears. Actually, yeah, that's something I learned about turning 30.
Pete.
I gotta trim the hair on the outside of my ears. Will we ever get more live streams? Yeah, when Tom's in town.
Yeah. Brian always. I mean, whenever we always regret it.
Yeah.
The next day. Natural earmuffs.
Does it chooch? I don't get that.
That's
Do you have any plans to do an American
reference.
Motor Company? When one comes along, yeah. Roman's Dream Cars and AMC Eagle.
Tom, what's your favorite beer?
See, really, that's like a non-question, isn't it?
My house beer, the beer that I have at the house, High Life in champagne bottles. That's the go-to. But really, I am the kind of person, and somebody said this before, my favorite beer is the one in front of me. I like to try everything. So, my favorite styles, I like English styles and German styles I'm into right now, and sours. But I can't pick a favorite beer.
I so wish I could have brought you to the Midlands, to the UK, to these pubs. It would have been amazing to see what next time.
Let's talk about this beer.
Old Rasputin, yes.
Old Rasputin is the last beer that you should use in a power hour.
Why didn't you start with
Chug,
that?
chug.
What is my go-to bar food? Like, if I'm blitzed right now, it always ends up being with something Mexican. Like mini tacos or taco salad. The ultimate like the big nachos.
Taco salad.
See, it's the thing that in the back of my mind, if this is coming back up, I'll be fine with it. Spinach dip. Oh God, that was a bad one.
This is coming back up. I'll be fine with it. Okay, that's fair. Thoughts on that?
Are you ever going to do that Super Mark IV? I did that POV, and I did that POV of the Super Mark IV because it came around and we were in LA and they said I could do it. I'd like to get a full day with a Mark IV, a stock one, but these cars from the early 90s are selling for $50,000 right now, and that's largely thanks to the Fast and the Furious 1. So, I mean, if one comes around, we'll do it. I mean, there's plenty of reviews of Mark IV Supers these days, but look, the Mark IV Super is a nice, fast car with absolutely no torque. It's not overrated. It's good. It's well built, and it's a lot better than the C4 Corvette that existed at the same time. But it's not a superhero. Tom, what are you seeing there?
We need this. Justin Kramer coming back for the live feed RCR channel. Who's that?
Justin Kramer? Justin.
My friend. Dan
Arnitz.
It's more Dan Arnitz.
Dan Arnitz. If he'd ever come back, I don't know how the real guy who played Dan Arnitz briefly would feel about coming out and reprising his role as Dan Arnitz.
This is a good question right here.
What?
Best car to have sex in?
It may be old hat. It may be predictable. But a 1978 GMC conversion van with shag carpets. Look, if you're gonna bone dirty, own it. It's the official car of Raw Dog.
Never follow a hippie to a second location. Dan Arnitz.
A dual sport of supermoto bikes. Yeah, buy a supermoto if you want your bike stolen.
Okay. So, what do you think about this beer? I'm a little meh on it, actually.
I don't think I should drink anymore.
It's a little bit, it's got a little oxidized. It's like a little cardboard thing. If you're ever drinking a beer and it reminds you of like a cardboard box, then that's oxidation. And this has a little bit of that. Actually, quite a bit of cardboard. Like, it's Amazon Prime Day.
Yeah.
Open a box. It smells like the box, not the good kind of box. Oh.
Learn to love it.
But it has a boozy thing going because it's been in a bourbon barrel. Bourbon barrels often will add a half a point to a point of alcohol, just because they sit in there and they dry out and the alcohol.
Overland
concentrates.
Gaming says, what should I buy as my first bike? The first bike you should buy is take the motorcycle safety course. Don't start thinking about bikes yet. Take the safety course and figure it out. Then buy your bike.
This is good. It's not as good as I expected.
I don't know. I've become inebriated, and I don't know how to figure this out. So, from this point on, I'm drinking water.
So I have to finish this, I guess.
I'll give you some Glad cling wrap and shove it in a hole.
I can't get the cork. The cork can't go back in.
I got a knife.
You gonna whittle it?
Yeah.
You know that? Oh boy. No, no, don't do that. You keep it in your refrigerator with Glad cling wrap on it if you want. Mike slam. Yeah, he did slam it. He slammed it right on the cap, right on the beer cap. So it's really actually got a lot of bourbon-y character to it. You know what? I would actually, this is the kind of beer I would let warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or take care of our... I always do. Regular water reviews. This is tap water.
This is Brita water. Yours
Isn't
has a little bit.
like 12%. It's 11.2. This one is, anyways.
Yeah, you're damn right. I'm a lightweight. I'm also like 170 pounds. No, wait, I'm 108 pounds. I don't know what I am. No balls.
Other guy, what's your favorite Belgian beer? Wow. Ooh. That's a lot to choose from, eh? Let's go with Abbé de Saint-Bonchon.
Ninja, please,
excellent.
can you jerk off left-handed? Dude, I exclusively jerk off left-handed because in the event that I lose my right hand, At least one thing's going right in my life. At least one thing won't change.
Wow.
Thanks for the recommendation.
You can always do the Dutch rudder.
What's that?
YouTube, does anybody know what a Dutch rudder is? Leffe is the best Belgian beer? I don't think so. Overload gave you. A Dutch rudder, we'll give them a chance to catch up.
See,
yes,
Round Brown knows what's up. You jerk off
Swiss.
left-handed so you can keep your right hand on the mouse.
Oh, hell.
Exactly.
It's Swiss. Okay, best Belgian beer then. Flanders. No. I might have to go back to that Bucharest Triple Goose. Or, I have not had Westy 12, West Fluttering. Avec le Bon View is very good. I mentioned that. I name dropped that one earlier. I think if you're going to pick a Belgian, though, you want to pick one of the Abbey ones. But, I mean, Abt 12 is very good. St. Bernardus. Gosh, that's a tricky one. What's your favorite Belgian beer? I don't know. Which beer is best Belgian beer?
Is Golden Monkey technically? No, that's a.
It's a triple. It's like a triple. It's like, yeah.
Pornhub or X videos? Well, Pornhub got political, didn't it, recently?
Oh, Cantillon. Have to. Okay, yes, you're right. Cantillon is Belgian. That's the best. Rosé de Gambrinus. That's the one. Did anybody actually correctly identify what a Dutch rudder is?
I didn't.
A Dutch rudder is great. A Dutch rudder is... Oh, let me demonstrate. Not with my penis. I'll use this bottle. A Dutch rudder is where you grasp your penis with one hand and then move your hand with the other hand. Like this. Now you move it. It's the 180, but you also move it with the other hand. That's actually... This is old school internet, but fark.com.
Ooh!
The person's arm to jerk them off. Yes, there you go. Double Dutch rudder. If you're
what a
totally
night
gonna
this
try
has
that
been.
later. Is that in Wedding Crashers? Oh, is that in Wedding Crashers? That's my Owen Wilson impression. It's not that
Wow.
good. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's some next level shit, man. That's an old term.
Do you need to pee yet?
Oh my god, I do.
Okay, you go pee.
Dutch
I'll
oven,
handle this.
that's different.
Dutch oven. I am the king of the oven. Well, this is the end of regular beer reviews as far as I'm drinking. I guess Tom lets me keep this old Rasputin. Now there's a lot.
Why is there an air conditioner in here?
No, that's not an air conditioner. That's a dehumidifier, and I'll tell you about that, why there's a dehumidifier in my bathroom. So I am going to be at Ford Nationals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania this Saturday. And come say hi. It'll be myself and Ben Wright, the intern, doing some podcasting there in front of the Falcon, and 3 of its 4 brakes are working. Something E30 something S650. The blood alcohol content of myself is quite high, but thankfully I am not destructive. And this is just up in time for me to go to bed. Mr. Regular, are you ever coming to Utah? No plans yet. Why is your thermostat locked up? Because I get free heat. In case you got the runs. Best beer to slam.
Not this.
Not this. Best beer to slam.
It's the caliper. It's stuck. Regular beer fart reviews.
Something Suzuki. I'm gonna pee now. It's Tom's show.
Dragon's Milk is excellent. That's the... Mike. Sorry. That New Holland Dragon's Milk. I have one in my basement for a couple of years now, so let's see how that is in a little bit. Oh, real fart. Is Hyundai a real contender? Speaking as a beer person and not a car person, I have owned 2 Hyundai Elantras, and one of them I got in a really bad accident in, and so I'm okay with it safety-wise. I didn't do it. Kid plowed rear-ended me, but I don't know. You'd have to ask Mr. Regular about the Hyundai. Guinness is yeah. It's Firestone anniversary. Yes. Firestone is excellent. Lindemans Farrell is the best Belgian. I don't know about that. It's okay. Are you Harvard or Ivy League? I have a PhD from Cornell University, often regarded as one of the lesser Ivies, but an Ivy nonetheless. It's a hot dog sandwich. Harvard is Ivy League to whoever commented. Schlafly Kolsch, yes, not bad. Schlafly is like the second biggest brewery in St. Louis. The Randall. You're talking about Jacob Desjardins. You're talking about a Randall. Not a Winston. It's a Randall. I've never had it. I've had Randall beers. They're great. I've had people Randall through coffee, dry hops, and even cereal. I had a beer that was like a brown porter, and they Randalled it through Count Chocula. They put Count Chocula in the Randall. And so what a Randall is, it's like a little tube you fill stuff up with. You fill up with stuff, and the beer goes through it right before it comes out of the tap. And
Do you want me to put that in the fridge?
Yeah, go ahead. What's this?
That's water, but I just filled your beer glass with it, so there's a little bit of...
It looks like a beer. Turkish Jade cigarettes. Oh, regular smoke reviews. Go Big Red. Yes, Scalehammer. Let's go Red. Randall. Yes. Tom Mix, official beer uncle. Actually, Mr. Regular is older than me. I may not look it with the losing of the hair, but he's like, you're nigh upon 2 years older than me. Well, a year and a half.
Year and a half. I'm also 6 months. I'm also half a year older than Matt Farah. How do you like that? Top 5 beers I should drink before I die. French something. Breast.
Pliny the Elder. Zombie Dust. Eve de Saint-Bonchon.
Regular
Old
cars, are you
recipes.
ever going to review a car that's entirely in the gravelly voice? Well, I did do this once, and it was a lawnmower.
That's right.
See, the thing about me doing this is it's very... See, actually, now with the pain-blocking benefits of the alcohol, I could probably keep this up a little bit longer.
The dad. They're changing the younger.
I don't understand Farscape. I'm sorry.
I've had a couple vintages of the younger, and it's not. Look, if I lived in Santa Rosa, I wouldn't wait 8 hours in line for it. I waited in line like a half hour, got a ticket, and then stayed at the bar until they started pouring it, and that was great. It's very good, but gosh, Two Hearted is a great beer.
Yeah.
Whoever asked about if you're 16, that should be your first beer.
Two-hearted.
Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. It's got fish on it.
Yeah.
It's made with fish. No, it's not. Oh, I got trout. Excellent. All Centennial hops. Excellent beer. Bell's makes more of that than you do of all their other beers combined. They have a whole brewery that is just for Two Hearted. It's really, and they basically, Bell's is okay, but Two Hearted is a very good beer. Cheesy bacon. Greetings from Germany. Come by, I'll have you drive plenty car without speed limits, yeah. How often are you dong these live streams? Lost at Sea. Lost at Sea. Are you thinking of Victory at Sea? Or is Lost at Sea a different one?
I don't know what
Lost at Sea. Unpopular beer.
Well, that's a movie too. He asked my dad what movie he would like to watch. He'd like to watch Victory at Sea.
Isn't that a show on the History Channel?
Oh, it's a lovely documentary.
Modern Marvels. Sculpin Habanero. See what I'm saying? There's the Sculpin for everything. Habanero Sculpin is not bad. It's, it'll wreck a tap line, though. If you have plastic taps, don't pour a habanero beer, because it will stay in there forever. The next beer, and the next beer will all have a little habanero kick to them, like a spiciness. It's not good. The Mercor Scorpio is the same thing as the Robocop Taurus. It's Victory at Sea. Victory at Sea is very good. I think that's intentionally.
Jeremy Clegg, yes, Jeremy Clegg. Tell us about the time you violated the local constabulary. I'm an American living in Germany. Don't kraut me out like that.
Don't kraut me out like that.
Don't kraut me out like that, yeah.
Peppermint Victory is good. Peanut Butter Victory is good too. If you want peanut butter and peppermint in your beer, that's fine.
Mr. Regular, would you rather own an EH2 or an AE86? Like, under what context? I mean, an AE86 I can flip for so much money, but an EH2... You know what? But an EH2 is so bones basic that an AE86 is going to have things like a tilting steering wheel, where an EH2, the steering wheel doesn't move. Like, okay, Tom didn't see the review. A Honda Civic EH2 is below basic. It's below base. It was where they took the Honda Civic in the early 90s and tried to make it into the most efficient version of itself, where
affordable version of itself.
And also fuel efficient. It doesn't even have power steering, but it gets 50 miles to the gallon.
My first car did not have power steering. My first car was a 1991 Volkswagen Fox with no power steering, and I drove it to Baltimore, and I tried to parallel park with it, and you have to go to spin the wheel. And so parallel parking with that thing is not fun when there's no power steering, basically.
I miss that car though. Out of all the cars that all of my friends owned, that had the most character and was most fun to be in. The
that was
unit.
Awesome. That was a great car.
Yeah.
This guy says, at can or bottle, is there a taste difference, Miller High Life? Not a taste difference per se, but I would say that the champagne bottle just pours, is engineered to pour so well that you can take that shit down in like 30 seconds. It's great. So I always do, if I'm getting if you're getting High Life in cans, that's just sad. If you're getting into bottles, the champagne bottle, that's classy. There's a difference.
It's a clear bottle.
It's a clear bottle, but the hops are engineered. We talked about this. Did we talk about this in the last one? The hops are engineered not to skunk with the clear bottle.
Oh.
Yes, they basically chemically treat them so that the free radical oxidation process from light striking doesn't happen.
Huh.
Have you ever had High Life Light? Yes, it's the official beer. Miller High Life Light. It's the official beer of New Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My grandparents drink that like crazy. High Life Light. It's not bad. It's just New Philly.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know.
Have we ever talked about Boilo on any of these?
It's not Christmas time. It doesn't. No. I really feel
Well, I'm
good.
going to a wedding on Saturday. It might be. I
Yeah.
might make some boil oil for the wedding. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Mhm.
Thanks for taking me to Bront.
Light beer is unfortunate.
Old
Light
English is chemically treated. I mean, look, it's not. It's just the hops. They do a thing to the hops to make sure they don't light strike, because the clear bottle, maybe Old English is. I think that's made by SAB.
One guy asked, Drake says, Mr. R, is the
That's me.
GS500 as good as I want it to be? Define good. The GS500 is a very nice middle of the range. Drive it every day and then take it on the twisties afterwards. But I like it because the way it looks, it's styled very nice. It's a mix of Japanese and British styling, and that's what I adore about it. Yes, the Ninja 500 is faster than the Suzuki GS500. The Ninja 500 is better.
GT 500.
I don't care. GT 500?
The Mustang.
Mustang GT 500? Yeah, okay. Let's have a Mustang that costs $80,000 or something like that. The Mustang GT 500 was made for one man and one man only, and that's Carroll Shelby. When that thing was, it was, okay, Carroll Shelby is circling the drain at this point. Let's build a Mustang that can go 200 miles an hour. The thing has a, 675 horsepower engine. I mean, it has a supercharger on it, and I drove one. You saw me drive that thing. It is ferociously quick, and it's the last Mustang, and it had to have a live axle, and it had a built 8.8 rear end in that thing. It is ferociously quick. It also has the 5th and 6th gear are unusable because they're overdrive and almost double overdrive for them to skip the gas guzzler tax. The 6th gear in that car is so high, it's made that you can get good enough gas mileage on the highway. Like the 6th gear is so ungodly high, that big powerful engine is still only turning about 1,500 RPM at 70 miles an hour. That's how they could say to the EPA that, okay, yes, this is meeting all federal regulations. At the same time, it has this gigantic supercharger just shoving air and fuel into the engine so Carroll Shelby can come one last time before he does a header into the grave. What do you think of the GT350 with the flat pint? Great. That's what a Mustang should be. The GT350 is what they should have been making instead of the GT500.
Yes, Boulevard is very popular. Actually, they're one-offs. They're, what do we call that? Series. Sixth Glass and Love Child. And, those are very good. Boulevard Wheat is classic wheat beer. The chocolate ale, just like this, it tastes like a Tootsie Roll, like the chocolate stout. Was Fireball a bad first drink? Yes. You fucked up. Beach whale.
I like good food.
I
like fruit by the foot. It's the fruit by the foot of liquor.
It's the fruit by the foot of liquor.
It's 10 feet.
I'm on Untapped. You can
It's
follow me on
the-
Untapped at Tom Mix Drinks.
It's 10 feet of bubble gum. 3 feet of bubble gum
I'm at
for
about-
you, not them.
That's bubble tape. It's not fruit by the foot. It's 6 feet of bubble gum. Tank 7 is a great Saison. Tank 7 is great. Yeah, Tom Mix Drinks on Untapped. I'm nigh about 3,700. But I don't put in all of it. He's actually holding it up to the microphone. What about Mexican beer? I like Tecate. I like Sol. Muchas gracias. I mean, they're all the Mexican lagers. Actually, the second December is not bad. I get to test drive one. It revs for days. Four Loko is premium. I did do a tasting of Four Loko one time, and it was the Four Loko that still had the caffeine in it.
Really?
And all I wanted to do was get in a fight. I had two, basically the equivalent.
You had 2 of those?
No, we got 4, and I had the equivalent of 2 cans.
Were they the tall boys?
The tall, yeah.
Oh boy.
And I went to bed, and I was just like, I was in my bed like, I want to go upstairs and fight my roommate. It was, somebody's getting lucky tonight. Ugh. Not me. Best michelada. Clamato. Bud Light Clamato.
What's that?
It's the Bud Light michelada. It's disgusting. It's Bud Light with tomato juice and clam juice. Clam juice with clamato. It's that's an interesting little beer. Thank you, Nick Sumter. Thanks for adding me on Untapped. I didn't get that notification.
Hello from Germany.
Hello.
Your favorite bits. Your
What's
favorite
our
bits.
favorite beers? That's German. Shotgun to Four Loko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. Indio. Have I had Indio? I don't know. That's college studying beer. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Ugh.
Mountain Dew or crab juice? I said clam juice, not crab juice.
Ever in a
But
KLR
Clamato.
650?
Oh,
No, I
Clamato.
haven't.
I say. Oh, hey. In Canada, we have a Caesar, and it's much better than a Bloody Mary. So it has clam juice in it. So sorry to correct you, but it's Clamato, not Clamato.
Nipple, please. Coors Blood Light or Miller Light? I'm going to say Miller Light because it reminds me of his basement and that good times in like 2002 or 2003, the summer of that, where after we get done, Matt Carlton would get off work and we'd end up in your unfinished basement just drinking Miller Light. See, that's the thing about beer. It's not quite about the concoction so much as it is the good memories that surround it.
Yeah. That's a feel-good moment. Why are you up so early? It's only 1... It's all nigh about 1 p.m. a.m.
A.m.
Y'all didn't know the Simpsons joke. Which was the Simpsons joke?
They were talking about the crab juice.
Mountain Dew or crab juice? Yeah, we know that. Obviously. Come on. If you're going to go Simpsons, you got to go way deep with this crowd.
Yeah, you got to go pre-season 5.
Indio and tequila.
Go banana. My ding-a-ling. My
Measurement tower.
ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. There was some stuff that they got away with on that. Steamed hams.
I already referenced that before.
You Aurora Borealis.
It's a Utica dialect. Will you ever visit Pennsylvania? Mr. When will you visit Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
Have you seen a video?
How am I going to visit the bustling metropolitis of Cambola? Metropolitis.
Golden Road,
Megalopolis.
329. Splash of coconut water.
I think Dr. Hibbert might have sent Lisa a hot beef injection. No, he wasn't talking to Lisa. That was Homer talking to Dr. Hibbert. What the hell are you talking
I've got
about?
the prescription for you, doctor. Another hot beef injection.
Hey, Homer, can you give me another hamburger? I don't think I can get up over my own power. Getting up under my own power.
And Homer's BBBQ. The extra
The
B is for BYOBB.
What is that B for?
That's a typo.
Have you ever tried to replicate a flaming Homer? I think there's some YouTube channel where they tried to do that and it didn't set on fire. Review my CJ5.
Is that cough syrup?
Yeah.
Cough syrup is back in vogue, right? The crunk juice.
There was this one, I don't know if it was toothpaste for dinner or something.
Purple drank, that's what it is.
Purple
Thank
drank.
You. Not crunk juice.
It was a picture of NyQuil ZZZQ, and the caption was
ZQuil, yeah.
ZQuil. It's like, fuck it, let's just make purple drank. I never tried that stuff. I mean, all it is just without the N-acetylmephrine. That's all it is.
I'm adding some of you on Untapped.
Hey,
Review. Well done.
Nissan Cube or Scion XB? I don't care. I mean, they look the same from the inside. Thoughts on the new season of House of Cards? Don't tell me anything.
Saludos from Monterrey, Mexico.
I remember the time, I forget, we were at Michael B's and you ran into Spanish teacher, and who's now the principal at the other school. Anyway, the whole joke was that you said to him, "My Spanish gets better when I drink," and he said, "Me too," and then you both went and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, that
blah.
guy. Yeah. He was a substitute. He wasn't my Spanish teacher.
No, but he was the Spanish teacher at our high school.
Yes, that's a known fact that if you speak a foreign language, it gets better when you drink. Jews or Buddhism?
19.
Have you ever
Just
smoked
these
marijuana?
cars as ending with question marks. See, I should light myself improperly. My beard looks a whole lot better when I'm like in dark. If only it could get me more dates.
Sergey Sofechik. Sup, guys? Sofechuk. There we go. I'm not too good at reading. It's really.
Mr. Regular, what's my favorite color for a car? Now you have to ask what the car is meant to do. I've owned 2 black cars. Black is beautiful when you wax it. Because it reflects the world. See, but on the other hand, black hides imperfections in the design. The thing about a white colored car is, and this is Jay Leno's line, that a white colored car emphasizes the body lines, because where the body panels meet together, it's always going to be a black line because it's shadow. So your body lines have to bang up. That's why limos are black, because when you stretch a car, when you cut it in half and you stretch it out in the beginning or in the middle, and you have to then add the tonneau cover, there will be ripples and imperfections, and the black hides that. Although there are white limos, but they're usually reserved for weddings. And then like a limo service, we usually have the one white limo that they'll save.
What was the one I was kind of... Somebody had a comment.
You gotta, you can mouse it up.
It was a mouse. You get better at foreign languages when you're drunk because you're less embarrassed to use them. Yes. That is correct. Is it Lancaster or Lancaster?
Lancaster.
It's Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Just took my kid to Dutch Wonderland today. Dutch Rudderland. That's not a theme park at all.
We want a Bad Rats review, huh? Thoughts on a Kia? I gotta get myself a Kia.
What is a Lancaster bomber? Is that some kind of... Does that involve meth?
I don't know. I got into a race in Lancaster once when I had that GS500.
kid in a fart pipe Civic. I showed him what did my GS500 redline at? 11,000, 12,000 RPM. I showed him what for.
Dutch Wonderland sounds like a headshot. It's far from it. It's a children's amusement park for children.
How's Silicone Sally doing? I'll give you a secret. I'm giving that car away to a deserving fan. Haven't chose one yet because we have a new camera car, but I haven't revealed it yet. Silicone Sally is being retired.
Oh, you should know that the Lancaster Bomber is a World War II plane.
Oh, I think
This guy knows planes. He knew more about planes when I knew him. He knew more about planes than cars.
Well, that was
his
thanks to
first
my
love.
dad. Yeah, my dad was a pilot during the Vietnam era, although he never saw combat.
That's when I was the ghetto to go with.
You're not wrong. I think a Lancaster bomber is a B-28 Liberator. I could be wrong
Four-engine
about that.
bomber built by Avro in World War II.
Okay, I'm
Twice
wrong
the
then.
tonnage of the Germany B-17 had.
Yeah, I'm completely wrong. Sorry about that. Wrong about that plane.
So it's kind of live on a farm. We're gonna give her to a deserving fan.
There's no quotations needed for that. No, what I'm gonna do is that there's gonna be a video that comes out where I
drive it off a cliff.
No, the car's perfectly fine, except for a few things.
There's a bunch of silicone in the bag.
Oh yeah. No, someone out there needs a car, and there's a form in Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania's a notary state, which means if you want to buy a car, you have to go to a notary, not the DMV. And I will gift the car to somebody, although that somebody is still going to have to pay the notary fees. So brace yourself for between $100 and $200 worth of fees. That's what Pennsylvania is.
Pretty cheap for a car.
Yeah. But I'll have a video about that. I still need what I need to do is I need to wax it, wash it, vacuum it out, so it's at least nice, and I get my fart smell out of that. Unless you want to bury your douche nozzle
That's
into
what
that
makes
seat. Yeah.
That's what makes it worthwhile.
Smell of
Yeah.
me jackhammering farts into the seat as I drive from state to state.
That's true. They drove that thing all the way to Colorado.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. You know, the thing I notice as I age into my mid-30s that I can come off of the beer high faster. I wonder if that's, I don't know. Am I physically larger? Or is my brain more mature?
Do you know that Samsung makes cars in Korea? It wouldn't surprise me. Samsung makes refrigerators and dishwashers and cell phones.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they make a car?
They could source an engine from Kia or Honda, and the rest is just there's CAN bus, and the rest is just CAN bus software to make the car run.
Has anyone ever approached you about reviewing the ambulance?
Yeah. No, I approached my local firefighter once, but he, was the type.
Serious business.
He was a serious guy, and I don't think he got the type of jokes that I get. And I once made a joke about firefighters, which was a risque joke. I forget what car it was. Like, this is my something something blah blah blah. I think it was the WS6 Firebird.
You could put the blue light on top of it and become important.
It was close to that. It was like, I drive a WS6. I get pulled over all the time, but I'm a firefighter, so.
But there's got to be a decommissioned ambulance out there that you could drive around.
I'm
right?
sure I could, yeah.
Somebody's driving. I mean, if that girl in the color guard had a decommissioned mail truck.
Yes! Yes, there was this girl in high school who was just driving around in one of those mailed, like, you can't buy the Grumman LLV. Like, when you see, like, the official United States Postal Service It's not a Jeep. It's that other kind of weird kind of van-y vehicle. You know what I'm talking about?
The Vanny.
It's the official post office truck, but it's not a Jeep. It's that other thing.
This what's the thing? Strider.
No, it's called the Grumman LLV. There's this car. It was called the Grumman Long Life Vehicle. The last one was made in like 1987 or something like that, and they've been on the road since. They use, I think, an Iron Duke engine, and they have a reverse staggered setup, which means the front wheels are closer together than the rear wheels, which is weird. Super weird. To increase. Yeah, kind of like that. How many beers deep are you all? I forget.
We had 6. Not counting the one we had previous to this.
Which meant I drank about 4 beers.
The coup de grace was the old Rasputin,
Old
Railways,
Rasputin.
which is now in the refrigerator.
Thank you, Tom.
Bill M.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill M.
It's a fine, fine gift. You got a new follower?
Yeah, Untapped.
You should really follow Tom Mix on Untapped.
So Tom Mix Drinks.
He's a
is my
goddamn
Untapped.
doctor.
It's also it's also my
No,
Twitter.
really, we're sitting next to a scientist. Have you not noticed that this entire time? This guy manufactured E. coli bacteria to eat other bacteria.
That's Trogs, Nicole. That's Trogs from Harrisburg, PA. My Untapped ID is Tom Mix Drinks.
Tom Mix Drinks.
It works on many levels.
Yeah. I mean,
Tom Mix Drinks.
he also, what do you have, a 2-octave range or 3-octave range?
No, hold on. I don't know about that. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah.
I'm singing at my cousin's wedding on Saturday.
You heard this guy sing in Another Mustang Crash.
Oh,
He
yeah.
harmonized against
Yes,
himself.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I did that drunk, actually, which explains some of the intonation problems. He said, I need this, and we'd been drinking at the pool, so I went downstairs. I recorded 4 tracks.
You harmonized with
Sight
yourself.
reading, Battle Hymn of the Republic. The Battle Hymn of the Bro, that's me. That's me too.
And then the second verse was done by Nicholas Roman.
Yeah, but yeah, you know that.
Oh, yeah, Nick has an album coming out. I'll have a shit. I forgot to do that in a recent video. I gotta do it again. I'll do it in something else. What is the best place I've ever pooped? Oh. We don't have time for that story. The best shit I ever took in my life. See, that story takes like 15 minutes to tell. I'll tell you the second blessed. Oh, I wish I had a second lavalier mic in my ass. The
My kid pooped in the bathtub once. It's not fun.
Oh, that's a downer. That's what you call a showstopper right there.
Well, he said the bathtub.
How healthy does your marriage have to be if your kid can shit up the toilet and you can still get lucky that night?
Well, shit in the bathtub means you have to take another bath. You just drain the tub and bathe them again.
I think I'm sobering up. Can we go to Sheets?
Yeah. When do you guys start jerking off each other? We already talked about this. It's called a Dutch rudder.
Our Lotus Caterham Fiber
Did I
One.
send you that? Fiber Now. The Aldi brand of Fiber One is
Really?
Fiber Now.
You gotta go to Aldi.
Fiber Now. Fucking now. Or Fiesta or a Bugatti Chiron.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's great. Like it's 1999. No. It's 1995. Do I want to have sex with a librarian or Pamela Anderson? That's what he's asking.
Fiber now.
Mandy
that's some good
Mounds,
shit. Steve Meister gets me. He's on my level.
Candy Cane.
He or she. Probably, let's be honest.
Bare Naked Lady Stunt. Yes, I love that album.
So best place you ever pooped?
Well, the best place where I ever pooped was in Boston after first night.
Oh God.
That was the
Yes.
Return of the King shit.
That's the best poop.
That's my best poop.
But that's the best place you ever pooped. I don't know.
Oh, best place I ever pooped was the Pennsylvania Welcome Center in Tioga County, which borders the New York border. After a long day of motorcycle riding with my friend Justin Romali, where my bowels were nicely jostled from the day of riding motorcycles.
Nice and loose. Loosey goosey.
I must have took a 20-minute dump into that bathroom. My entire bowels were excavated. And Justin Romali is out in the waiting room watching a CRT monitor of Welcome to Pennsylvania, featuring a man doing a street impression of Benjamin Franklin.
Wow.
But it was a very clean bathroom and with high ceilings, so all the fumes nicely went up to
The nicest place I've ever pooped, and I'm not making this up, at Brown University. In the admissions office at Brown University, they have a fantastically nice toilet. So if you are trying to get into Brown, damn it, it's real. And if you're trying to go to Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, at Brown, they have really nice toilets in the admissions office. They do. It's Brown.
What was the
University.
preamble to that story? Was there breakfast or something else you were holding
I
it
was
in?
trying to get in there. I had like an admissions. I was trying to take a tour of Brown University, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to Brown University. It was great.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I want to wrap this up. I have a hankering for something deep fried from Sheets.
This is not going to end with us jerking each other off.
No.
So sorry.
Sorry.
I think we on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's not going
I could go for some fritters or something from Sheets. And I think we're going to wrap this up. So Tom Mixed Drinks on Untapped. Tom Mixed Drinks on Untapped. Go follow him.
Twitter as well. Dutch Rudder Wonderland.
This is a doctor of chemical engineering, a legit scientist, and my good friend Tom. Good night. Yes, good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this very long regular
Nice
beer
guys.
reviews. Thanks
Drink
for
more
hanging out
beer.
with us.
I mean, who isn't?
Who isn't? What a way to end it. Here's the mouse.
Dutch Rudder or die.
Nope. Press that. There we go. Good night. Good night, everybody. Stop
Night,
streaming.
team.